box.
Yeah.
Hey guys!
This is Whiskey and Gunsmoke.
He's more the whiskey because he buys more than I do.
Just a little bit.
I buy more cigars.
You do buy most cigars. We thought about making a kind of an intro video of kind of who we are and our background and what we're looking for in this video, and see if we get some feedback from you. My name's Dan. I do have whiskey.
I'm Logan. I smoke cigars.
He's more the cigar, I'm more the whiskey guy.
Yeah.
But like I said, we wanted to kind of come together and just do like a little video of who we are and our background and everything. I guess I'll start off. I'm still with the Alabama National Guard, and that's where a lot of my training has come from. Military side and public side. I've been with the Guard since 2005, so a little over 15 years. It'll be 15 years this month in like 8 days, actually. And I'm planning to stay in the long haul. I'm full-time with the Guard as well. I've done, simple stuff through basic training and stuff like that. And then I moved on and did some stuff with a group, some bucks, if you know what that is. I've trained with tactical response, Costa Ludus, light horse tactical out of Alabama, North Alabama. Michael Tucker, he's a local guy to us. He teaches up in Birmingham. He's a really good guy. Right now I'm actually starting SDI gunsmithing school, and kind of why I wanted to start also a channel. That way I could kind of keep myself accountable on these classes I'm doing, and it helps me when I'm actually starting to talk. You shut up.
Probably should have closed the door.
Yeah, close the door. Why don't you?
Damn. I live right on a highway, so.
Yeah. It keeps me a little bit accountable when I'm doing these classes, especially doing these small little reviews, because a lot of the stuff we have to do is essays and type up essays, and I'm more of a talker, and I can actually describe things better than actually trying to type everything out. So doing these small reviews and videos will help me in the long term, because it allows me to get a little bit more comfortable talking in front of the camera. Because part of this class, you do have to do some of this stuff on camera. I'm looking, like I said, to do full-time gunsmithing and maybe start up a small business in our local area. And then also on the side, I like competition shooting, so I'm going to start doing more videos on competition shooting because it's just fun for me. Mostly pistol, maybe do some 3-gun, 2-gun, stuff like that. But that's... And I would like to see this channel grow into something, maybe, giving some good contacts, get into the industry a little bit, and maybe we come up with something that hasn't been thought of yet. Just see where it goes. But yeah.
Well, my background's a little bit thinner than his. I don't have 15 years of National Guard experience for sure. I've got a little industrial experience. I worked in a machine shop for a while, working on naval engines. I made drive shafts and all the stuff that went into those new, I think it was a destroyer. That was the last one that was built down in Austin. Mm-hmm. I made engine components for the turbine engines or whatever they are down there. So I've got machining experience, and it's something that I like to tinker around with. But for the most part, I'm just like I said, this is a repo shed that's sitting in my backyard that I got. That's why it's yellow and white, because I'm too lazy to paint. I just, since I was 15 or 16, just started tinkering around with guns that we had around the house. It's just something that I like doing. I'm the backyard gunsmith around. A lot of people's brought me stuff, and I've figured out, what was wrong with stuff. I fixed stuff, and it's just something that I really enjoy doing. I'm getting into AK building. I kind of put a hold on that here lately because things have just been crazy, and that's something that I want to be able to devote time to 100%, because that's something that if I'm going to fool with it, I'm going to do it the best I can. I'm not going to do it if I've got 500 things going on. I can't focus on it, because I'm not going to make a product for myself that's going to be either dangerous or low quality. And if we can ever get a shop of our own going, I'm definitely not going to put out a product to other people that is not up to par. So that's definitely something that I want to do, is make those contacts in the building industry, not just so I can get popular on Instagram and on YouTube, but so that I can learn to build a product that I can be proud of and somebody else can be proud of as well. I tried a little bit of pistol competition with Dan, and I enjoyed it. I really did. It's something I'd like to do a lot, but something I've got health reasons why it's a little bit harder for me physically after a car wreck I had. So I'm leaning more towards the intermediate distance shooting, the marksman classes, stuff like that. So that's where I'm going to be going. I have taken a few training classes. He mentioned Michael Tucker, which is ACT Defense, right, up in Birmingham. He's a great guy, and that's Rob Pincus is the doctrine he uses, isn't it?
I think so. I can't remember.
It's kind of in there.
It's in there.
It's in there. I've done training with one or two other companies. I didn't really learn a whole lot, but it was a lot of fun, but it gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of people through that have been pretty influential, and I've actually made real good friendships with. So if you don't follow Show and Tuck on YouTube or Dave and Christian on Instagram, they're good dudes. We know them personally. I know them a little bit more because I've just seen them more, and we talk a lot more. So those are great guys.
And I'm sorry if you do a search for Show and Tuck on YouTube, you're gonna find some.
You're gonna find some weird stuff. I mean, even looking for Whiskey and Gunsmoke, you find old westerns, and you find the Gunsmoke TV show recordings.
Yeah. So
look us up. You'll see a picture of us doing.
I'll have a nice little like facial hair and ski mask. You won't see the facial hair. You'll just see the ski mask.
Yeah, and I've got my trusty snot rag wrapped around my face, so you're all good there. But that's just me. I don't have a whole lot of background. It's mostly just backyard tinkering and just a passion for firearms and the mechanical side of things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to. We're going to be doing gear reviews and product reviews and stuff like that. And my biggest thing is a lot of people say it, but there is not a lot of accountability in the media side of the industry. We all know it. There's lots of freebies and probably hush-hush on bad stuff and, hey, this is great because it was free kind of things. It's not just the gun bunnies that do it. It's the gun bros?
Gun bros?
Gun bronies, whatever you want to call them.
God, we should have been the gun bros.
The gun bros, yeah. There's already, I think, somebody called gun brony.
There's the gun bros.
Yeah, there's that too. But so I just want to keep a little accountability on the media side of things so that you're not pressured to buy a product because so many people praise it if it's not the best. You know, because we've used products and we've got differing results.
Yeah.
Like just our Marlin Darts.
Yeah.
For example.
That's a perfect example.
That's a great example.
His is flawless 30-30 version. Mine's a 45-70. And mine just, I don't know what happened.
It fell apart putting it in the box to ship it back.
Yeah. The actual like block that holds the firing pin in fell out when I was getting ready to ship it out back to Marlin. Like I said, that wasn't a hit on Marlin.
No.
I think Marlin makes a great product, but things slip out every once in a while. Just so happened I found it.
Yeah.
It happens that way. You got to take it with a grain of salt and make sure that it doesn't happen again. And the best way to do that is with some type of accountability like this.
Yeah. Like I said, they took the rifle back and we're waiting to see what they decide to do, and I think they're going to make it good.
I think they're going to make it good. I think it just, with this whole mess going on in society right now, I'm pretty sure things slipped out. And I'm not going to hold that accountable to them just because everybody's stretched thin. They've got to keep the doors open, and it shouldn't happen, but it does. Yep. And we just got to make sure that they're held accountable for it, because if we're not holding them accountable, who is? Yep. And like I said, all this stuff that I'm reviewing, I've put my money into and my dime into to buy it, and you know, I wouldn't say anything good about it unless I believed it. Magpul Glock mags.
Yeah.
No, like I'll use them. I keep them in a box that I use for the range or for pistol competitions because they suck.
Yeah, they really do. Because we both at that day at Vinegar Bend, both of us had problems with this thing. Just a little bit of dirt and those things shut down.
A little bit of dirt, especially if you're using steel case ammo, they're horrible. If you run in brass case, I don't see any problems with them. They sometimes have failures to lock back, which isn't that big of a deal because how I grip the gun any which way, I hardly have the slide lock any which way. So it's not that big of an issue to me. It's just something I wouldn't personally carry.
Well, anytime that the solution that the manufacturer tells you is lube it, I don't lube my magazines.
I don't either. So.
But that's neither here nor there. That's for another day.
Yeah, like I said, this is just an introduction video to us, who we are, what our background is, and where we're looking to go for. We both are excited in October, Clash Bashes.
Oh, yes.
Finally coming. Like, I am excited about it because if it wasn't for Clash Bash, I wouldn't have got back into the AK game, really and truthfully.
Even though I tried really hard.
Yeah, I was born in the AK game way before, but I've put thousands of rounds through ARs, and I'm very comfortable with ARs and very good with ARs. But I kind of wanted to get back into it because of Clash Bash.
That sounded so gay.
What?
Oh, I'm just saying AKs are better.
No, ARs. I mean,
shotguns and lever actions.
Shotguns and lever actions are pretty good, but how long does it take you to change out a barrel?
You win.
Simple as that. Like,
you win. So what if I got to put everything in a press and press every single part off, press every single pin out, pull it out, put a new one in, drill it, repopulate everything? So that's whatever. I only got to do it every 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 7,000 rounds, whatever.
Until you get an 8-inch group. I mean, you're already at a 7-inch group, so you've got a little bit of time.
Well, that's why I put a red dot on it. I put it on the thing, and I shoot the thing, and I hit the thing.
Yeah, that's about it. All you can do.
Yeah.
Battery says 15%.
We're fine. Who cares? My wife's texting me. She probably wants us to come in, but oh well.
Yeah, I see her over on that corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She's probably about to tell me we're in trouble because it's my child's bedtime. That's really weird. Leave my wife alone. Stop poking my wife's chat head. Anyways, stop it.
So, like I said, we're here to have a little bit of fun.
That's the biggest thing. We just want to have fun. We've always loved firearms. They're a huge part of our identity. It's what got us into doing what we're doing now, and we want to have our own thing going. You know, we'd love to open our own shop, not just on the retail side, but on the gunsmithing side. I want to learn. You know, I've done correspondence courses on it and stuff like that, but that doesn't hold much water.
No.
You know, I plan to go to every manufacturer that I can if they offer armor courses, and so I can be certified on specific firearms. As soon as all this coronavirus stuff's over with, I'm going to go to Glock and get certified with Glock. Excuse me, maybe I can bring some service to our local police departments.
Yeah.
And doing stuff like that, you know. And honestly, where we live, we need a better retail, because the highest quality retail we have is we got one specialty shop local that's still an hour away from us, and it's just some guy with a little bit too much money on his hands trying to push a product, but he doesn't, you know, he doesn't have any kind of personality that I've seen. I've only been there a few times because I got a bad vibe from him. But we want to bring, you know, retail, some custom shop stuff, and just try to bring a little bit of the community to our area that's a little bit more active, a little more educated, and stuff like that, and just mostly have a good time.
Yeah, and this is kind of one thing that when I was first getting into firearms 15, 20 years ago, really getting into firearms, because I've been hunting all my life, but like actually digging into firearms and how they work, and as much as I could, the biggest thing everybody was telling me was find you a gunsmith and let him tell you what to buy. Because more than likely, it doesn't matter where you go, usually a gunsmith will specialize in a certain type of firearm that they know how to fix. Yeah. And they will only recommend stuff that they know how to fix. If it's a Glock armor, they're going to recommend Glock. If it's an AR armor, it's going to be an AR. If it's an AK armor, it's going to be an AK. They know how to fix things. I learned at a very early stage of my firearm path, or whatever you want to call it. Don't go to people that know how to fix it. Go to the people that know how to break it. And that's where I want to kind of. It sounds weird. I'm going to gunsmithing school so I can be the gunsmith that knows how to break it. Because if I know where it breaks and where it fails, I know what breaks first. So, like, Glocks are stupid reliable. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen them melt the polymer guide rod, kick out, and still work. They might not be the best looking things, but they work. And that's kind of where I want to be. I don't want to be the gunsmith that knows how to tell you what's the right thing because I know how to work on it. I want to tell you what the right thing is because I know how to break it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy at the gun counter that says, buy this Kimber Ultra Carry
10 millimeter.
10 millimeter. I want to be the guy that tells you, this is when that gun's going to stop working. If you want it to keep working past that, throw it in a mud hole, buy the Glock.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's always been that stigma. It's the same with doctors. If you look at doctors,
It really is.
If you go to a heart surgeon, he's going to tell you something wrong with your heart. You go with a brain surgeon, it's something wrong with your brain. Gunsmiths are the same way, and we're actually in today's age, gunsmiths are at their what? It's everything's sent back to the factory. There's no tradesmen when it comes to gunsmith, and I'm loving what SDI is doing. And hopefully, when I finish this in a year and a half or so, I'll be better off than I am now, have a lot more knowledge, and be able to produce something that's, I believe in fighting rifles. I believe something that should work every single time in a fight. And that's what I want to build. I want to build fighting rifles kind of on the same par with like Brandon Herrera. Yeah. I love his AKs. I would love to take one of his AK builders class, and I'm probably during this course, because they don't offer anything major to the AK, I'm probably going to find a AK builders class of something, because it's re-sparked
Jim Fuller.
Yeah, Jim Fuller.
I want to go hang out with Brandon too.
Yeah.
He's always been cool
I love
to me.
his hair.
I would bathe in his hair.
Yeah, he has nice hair.
Yeah.
But I have no hair, so like having.
I cut all mine off so it grows here.
I can't. I gotta keep shaving it. Like I said, if y'all want to see some special stuff on some of our firearms, just hit us up. I love just talking about certain little details, because I'm kind of that. I like the minute stuff. Yeah. I really do like that, and figuring how these little bitty things work to make it a full package.
I'm more on the. I like the unconventional stuff. Not necessarily unconventional. It might be more conventional, depending on your opinion on it. Like just today, we were working shotguns. You've got your Magpul 870 edition. It's got all the bells and whistles that really you would put on one. I'm running the plain Jane stuff. I think one day we're going to do some videos where I'm going to show you. I'll take my Henry Big Boy and I'm going to run the piss out of it. We'll run string of fires. I might be port loading for an hour, but I like taking what does everybody have, that got passed down to them. They don't go and buy this and they don't go buy this, but something was passed down to them. Or I've got the old Remington 870. It's I can take the tube extension off and just run it the way it is and be just as effective. Henry Big Boy. A lot of families have that old Henry just sitting in the gun cabinet. Well, it's not just that old Henry. You can still use it. I'm gonna go and I want to get into, like I said, the distance stuff and stuff that most people have. Their long range hunting rifles. Well, you can still use that. I want to go take what does Tactical Response call it? Is it a practical rifle?
I think so.
I'd love to take something like that. Taking your old bolt action and just go use the crap out of it. I think this thing stopped recording. No, it didn't. Okay, it's still beeping. All right, everybody. Camera cut out on us because we ran out of memory last night. But like I said, we're just here to have fun.
You know, we want to meet people, improve our skills. If you got some input, give it to us. You know, if you want to see us do more videos on specific things, if there's anything that we've got, you know, you can go to our Instagrams and look if there's anything we got you want to ask about. Hit us up. We'll check it out. I'm Clash Point on Instagram. Name's RecoupNad187. And we just want to have a good time with it. And if there's anything that you want to see, if we don't have it, if no one we know has it, you know, we'll acquire it so we can put out what everybody wants to see. And, you know, it's just going to keep us accountable. Being under the scrutiny of the internet will push us to do better, be it shooting or just our video quality or just new things we want to learn. And so that's about it, I guess. Like I said, I just want to let everybody know, you know, the video got cut short, and I'm sure there's a lot we could have said, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. So just hit us up, give us some feedback, let us know, and we'll all have fun together.